and discuss everything that went. I feel like we gonna talk about it.
I was like, we may not be talking about nothing because I
You
just
hear me?
all I heard was like for a second, all I heard was like static. I was like, ugh.
And then when you was looking like that, your face was like.
I was like, you gotta be shitting me. That's what that expression was saying.
That's exactly what that facial expression was to you. It was like, are you fucking for real right now?
That's exactly what I was saying. I said, no. You gotta be kidding me.
So, right, listen, last night I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, I think my air went out because it is stifling in here. I checked the damn thermostat and it was like 86 degrees inside the house. And I was like, nah, there's no way. So then I was like, let me just.
It's gotta be a mistake.
It's gotta be some type of. This is wrong.
The YouTube
this
not
is so wrong.
Once again. It's not showing on YouTube. Hold on. Oh, that's gonna suck. Ugh. Fudge.
Did I cuss? Is it
no? It's just YouTube. Facebook is fine. I'm gonna assume Twitch is okay too. It's just not showing that we're live on YouTube. Oh, there it goes.
So
okay, we're good. Okay.
So I go to the thermostat and I look at what they say the temperature is, and then I input my desired temperature.
Did it laugh at you? It's like, oh. Is that how it
went? This is not true, and I'm gonna still have it my way because this is my damn house, and you're gonna do what I say do. And then I, went back upstairs and went in my room. And I think because my desired heat was inputted, I felt like, yeah, maybe it is cooler.
You just psych yourself out.
That's right.
The psychology of it. It's cooler.
Like, yeah, I think it's getting cooler.
You're thinking cool thoughts. You're just gonna think cool thoughts, and it's gonna get cool in here.
I get home to go to the bathroom. I was like, girl, Janine, you in this damn denial, girl. It is hot.
No.
It is hell in here. And I was like, what in the hell? So sure enough, I go to the thermostat, and then I knew I was really psyching myself out because actually it seemed like it was fucking hotter. Excuse me, Lord. I'm so sorry for my mouth. I was like, oh my God, this air conditioner is totally out. And then the situation with my phone. So I couldn't handle but so much, and I was just hoping that the phone situation would just kind of like, pass. But
just one thing after another. That's the worst when it's like, man, dude, come on.
Didn't.
Like just one thing at a time, so it's easier to kind of handle.
Yeah, I was like, the guys, no, your phone is messed up. You're gonna need another phone.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Say again. What? I don't. That's not what I really want to do.
All I heard was like, sorry. I was just checking to make sure it was live over here too. Okay. Oh my gosh. and we will try to
I was disgusting.
keep this.
I've had a
We're gonna
disgusting
keep
day.
it tight so that way you don't melt under the hot lights.
Girl, you see,
Cause this may be a very short Owls podcast episode, just to tell y'all. Because we're having technical difficulties. And that's okay. I'm
girl,
sure.
and then earlier when we was on TikTok, I know you could see. I think it was the stress of everything at one
Uh-huh.
time, but it was like out of the blue. I was like, I was just
It was like,
drenched.
yeah, it was the stress though. It was the stress of the moment. Like, what?
I was like, I look like I just jumped in the damn pool. And so when the phone fell, I was
I'm
just like, you
done.
know what? I, I'm good. I'm, I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm bothered. And usually hot and sweaty, you know, if it was something worth getting hot and sweaty about, I'd
Okay.
probably be like, yay. But this was not worth getting hot and sweaty. So I was just fucking disgusted. I was just, I give up. I'm
Well,
sorry.
listen, guys, we are going to
I'm
try to keep
sorry.
it tight because, like you just heard, if you missed the beginning, we are having some technical difficulties on a few levels. So we do not want to have one of our hosts, Janine, melting into a puddle live on YouTube or Facebook
Girl,
or none of those things.
I am melting. I'm
Um,
melting.
but
Girl,
before we
I'm so
officially get
sorry.
started, we do want to say Happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and happy Father's Day to all the mothers that are doing this thing by themselves and filling in both those
That's it
roles.
right there.
Because I get it, okay?
Mhm.
I get it.
This is true.
Your girl get it.
This is true.
That's why I'm over here
Moms
sweating.
have to, if you're a
Sweating.
single mom, you got to pull double
Ugh,
duty. So it's something I said, hey, don't forget to recognize the moms who are doing it on their own as we recognize Father's Day. We appreciate the dads who are there present, just there doing their damn girl got a little dim, who are present doing it, doing the best that they can because you're just there. I'm so distracted. How that happened? I'm like, you must have turned that light off. So you really don't meant.
I didn't touch it. I didn't touch the light. The light just fell. Just forget it.
Really?
Just
Oh
the
my
hell with,
God. Just
hell
leave the
with
light
it.
off. I think in the current state of events, it'll be dim. We're setting the tone,
I
mood
just
lighting.
can't. I can't. Girl, if I want some dim lights, I want some dim lights. This is not a justification for the dim lights. This is not the sexy I'm going for. It's just
Just,
not. I'm just,
it's okay. Just roll with it. It's fine. Shit happens, y'all. Just roll with it. Girl, are you
girl, I
having.
think we just walked into another sweat. I can't do it.
As if you might
Okay,
want to leave that
I
light
got
off
it.
and stick with the dim lighting. So you know.
I got it.
um, so happy Father's Day to everyone who's out there. Listen, things are not always flawless, and that is how life works. Real talk. This is what life really looks like. We try to make the shit easy, and it looks flawless on the other end. But guess what? It ain't always flawless.
I'm almost sure it's not looking flawless on the other end
Not
either.
today, but that's okay.
I mean,
That is
I'm pretty
a-okay.
sure
Most days it looks easy, but sometimes shit
I
literally
think so.
happens.
It
Um,
happens.
so don't sweat it. So happy Father's Day. And before we get into the real topic that you're seeing up here, let's just take a moment to recognize that our series, As Now Podcast Presents This Is Us, is now available on YouTube. And do not miss out, okay? Make sure you're watching it. The episodes come out every Sunday, and it is a 9-week deal.
Oh,
So make sure you're catching it on YouTube only. Thank you, Destiny.
hey, how are you? I know her. I used to work with
Oh,
her. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
yes.
Girl, do you see this stuff falling apart over here on me? Don't judge.
It can't always
Stay
be.
tuned.
um, but we really, we're really excited about that series, and we think it's really, really special. So if you're not following Ours Now podcast on YouTube, please do so, okay? And watch it there.
Oh, oh. I'm doing good. My co-host, how are you doing over
I
there?
can't complain. Yeah, it can always be worse. So I really, I don't complain about too much purposefully. Even when things, get, I try not to, girl.
Girl.
I'm not always successful, but I try.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Our Snail Podcast. Our Snail Podcast. I mean, follow us on our personal pages, but please follow us on Our Snail Podcast. The series that my sis was just talking about. Every day we wake up, it's a blessing.
I'm
Amen
sorry to
to
hear
that.
that.
Now that's facts. Um, the series that my co-host was just talking about, This Is Us series, that is only on YouTube. All of our other episodes you can find on YouTube, Spotify. We My sis released bits and pieces of it, I think, on TikTok as well.
Yes, our
Correct? Like
lives.
you broken up
Yes,
some
and
of the
some of our
episodes.
episodes, we're going to start putting those over on TikTok as well.
Um,
Yep.
but This Is Us is only on YouTube. You can only find it Out Now podcast on YouTube, and it's really about celebrating Black history, and just putting some more knowledge out there. Our first This Is Us season was about all of our women of color that have contributed to our growth
That's right.
and our progress. And next season is going to
Our man.
be all about our men. That's right. Of
That's
course.
right. um, but yes, and
So,
we find it, we're going to put together a video that talks about the stuff that we learned the most or the biggest takeaway that comes from doing that series. So make sure you guys are looking for that because that will be at the end of the season finale of that series. Thank you so much, Destiny, for following us and supporting us now on both platforms. We really appreciate you. And we absolutely love feedback. So as you start going through
thank
it,
you.
we would love to hear what you think because that series is really near and dear to us. Oh, thank you. Look at
Amen.
that.
Amen. That's what's up. Thank you. We appreciate all the support. We wasn't really for sure what kind of feedback we were going to get on it, but it definitely sat on my co-host's heart. And I was like, yo, that is like a dope idea. Love it. Let's take it. Let's run with it. And so there it is. Our Snail Podcast presents This Is
And
Us.
I'm going to show you the playlist really quickly so you guys can, because we have it on a separate playlist outside of the podcast. But I don't know if you can see it, but this is it. Wrong finger. This is it right here. It's on that playlist right there. And we released today, let's see, I think it was Fannie Lou Hamer. I think today's episode was Fannie Lou Hamer. And, we have Cynthia McKinney, we've got Mary McLeod Bethune, Shirley Chisholm, and then Maya Angelou. So that's what's to come for the series. But we, of course, have already went through Michelle Obama, the absolute GOAT, Rosa Parks, Barbara C. Jordan, and Condoleezza Rice. So it's a very special series, and that's what's coming from it if you haven't watched it already. So thank you so much. But today, what are we talking about?
Girl. And the mess begins.
Yes.
We're not gonna hold you. We're just gonna go ahead and talk about it. Since go ahead.
All right. So actually, I want to see if we can invite someone who's a really big supporter over on the TikTok, catch them over here, over on the YouTube. So bear with me for 1 second because I think that he absolutely would love this topic.
So chime in.
Yes.
Come on,
You
chime
can
in.
just kind of join us on YouTube if you can. Where? There. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So Moss is such a big supporter on so many levels. I was like, let me see if we can get him over here. So I just went ahead and commented at him over on TikTok. But today we are talking about this young woman. She's not young, but we're gonna call her a young woman because it don't crack.
I'm trying to tell you.
She looks like she's 20 something, but she's
right.
41. And she recently went viral because she found herself unexpectedly pregnant with a married man. And while it may seem like a shocker, this really does happen. But let's go ahead and take a few moments to go watch her video. So hang in there with us, watch it with us. It's about 3.5 minutes.
I'm 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant, and my child's father, all within a day of finding out that I was pregnant, that I may have an ectopic pregnancy, going to the emergency rooms, spending hours and hours and hours getting poked and prodded to find out that my baby's okay and in my uterus where they should be, and my hormone levels are where they should be. So within a day of finding all that out, the father of my child said he doesn't want this. He doesn't think this is a good idea, and he wants me to not keep the baby. Let me be very clear that my child's father was very aware of what was going on. This wasn't like nobody was trapped. He repeated over and over and over again how bad he wanted us to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to get pregnant. And then I get pregnant and he's like, no. And today he told me, well, listen, you have to get rid of the baby because I'm married. When we got together, thought we were getting divorced. I had requested a divorce. Things was done, I thought, but that didn't happen. And now I'm trying to work my marriage out. So you cannot have my baby. So now here we are. And I'm trying to keep my stress levels down because one of the reasons they thought it was, or wanted to rule out it being ectopic pregnancy, was because I was bleeding and still having a little bleeding issues. I'm trying to stay calm, keep the stress down so I don't harm my baby, but I'm just struggling because I'm trying to figure out why I needed this. Why I needed to be, I'm trying to ask God, why I needed to be bent and broken and snapped in this way. I was minding my business, y'all. That man was persistent to even get a chance with me. And we were damn near living together. And then to say, and now my poor baby. Poor baby. I didn't want this life for my baby. And you know what? I'm 41. I don't have any children. This is my first child. I didn't ever even think I wanted any. So I certainly wasn't trying to but now it's here. Just married the whole time. Intentionally got me pregnant. And once I got pregnant, told me I don't want nothing to do with this.
For real. Thanks. Okay. So, sis, do you mind if I address some of the comments real
Oh,
quick?
those comments. Yeah.
Okay, so the one thing that I want to address first is the comment about topics about mental health and healing. If you go listen to Our Now podcast, season 3, correct? Season
And
3,
season two.
we actually do talk, and season 2, we actually do have two different episodes that touch on those topics. I believe one is healing the inner child. Is that correct? And I believe that is season 2, right? Season 2?
Yes.
That might be season 1. You sure?
Actually, we did do a couple in season one because season one was during Rona, and we did an episode about
Yes.
like trying to take care of yourself, seasonal depression. Then yes, we did season and then hearing an inner child was I think season two, and then we did one more in season three. I just don't remember the name of it. Um, to say for sure.
And bear with us. The first season, you will not actually see a visual. Our first season is strictly audio. It's only season 2 and 3, correct? Didn't we start it in season 2? We started doing the actual visuals where you can actually see us. So y'all could put a face with all of the chatter that was going on, okay? And yes, this situation right here is absolutely sick. It's the double life thing is so legit. Like, I don't know why. Sometimes it's hard for people to be honest. I this subject can be a little touchy, so that's why we just go keep it to uh the the lady that did the video. Okay, good. Please go tune in, and bear with us. We are a fairly new, up and coming podcast. We this is only our third
Mhm.
season, and so we are growing, and we're gonna improve as we grow. And we appreciate each and every one of our ousters that have been our ousters from day one, and all of our new ousters. Welcome to the family. All
That's
right,
right.
now back to this
Miss
young
Chi
lady.
Chi.
Sis, what was your thoughts on it? Because I thought some of the comments were so
Oh my God, they're
cruel, and
terrible.
some of the comments were really mean, especially the ones where they was like, "Oh, well, you knew he was married," and I was like, "No, she didn't know he was married. Let's be clear, she did not know the man was
Mhm.
married." Now, I do wonder, and we talked about that before when we was discussing
Mhm.
content,
Mhm.
you know, getting prepared. Um, could she have had some signs?
There's
Like,
always signs. Now, let me just say this. I think the people in the comments was so mean. I'm not even talking about the married part. As a 41 or 40 something year old woman, to automatically go to the hey, you've got options. Like they were just really mean. And a lot of that meanness came from other women. I get it.
it was.
Like I have been sitting on the side of a woman who is married with another woman, my husband cheating on me. I've been on that side. But, and I think sometimes we misdirect our anger towards the other woman when it's really the guy. So I wonder if a
Period.
lot of the women in the comments were coming at it from that perspective. Because this is a 41-year-old woman who didn't know what she didn't know until she did. And then for them to go forward with the, well, you've got options. I was just like, wow. The comments were pretty rough.
I agree. I agree. She said they were practically living together, and for his significant other to never question his whereabouts. you know, it could really be because they were actually separated. But separated doesn't mean divorced. And why would you be asking someone to have your baby and they're like, "Yay, I'm having your baby," and then be like, "Oh yeah, I
No.
changed my mind." Oh well, you pick a fight. Hey,
Back
wait, hold
up.
up,
Wait a minute.
wait. This ain't one of those situations where you can kind of change your
Mm,
mind. Like it doesn't,
no.
it doesn't happen like that. So, I feel like that was a messed up
Mhm.
situation. The only part that really, and we talked about this too. And I'm not coming from a place of judgment. I'm just outside looking in,
Mhm.
right? Because I cannot judge. Because I think we have all been fooled by someone that we really was into at one point of
Absolutely.
time, right? Like,
Absolutely.
dang, so you got me, you did it. But that's beside the point. The point is, um, it was when she started referring to
So true. If you're
true
on with us
facts.
on
That's exactly correct.
Facebook or Twitch, some of the comments, the one that we're kind of looking at right now is the other females always be the ones to get attacked, but never hold the main person accountable, which is the man that stepped down in the first place.
That part.
There
That
you go. Right
that
there.
T
Right there.
that. But um I feel like the only part that bothered me in the whole video, the not knowing, um people can be very convincing. And then sometimes, like I said earlier, when you're into somebody and you want those things to be true and happy, and sometimes we may ignore. Maybe she didn't ignore.
Oh, no.
Maybe she didn't ignore
No, no, no.
anything.
No, no, no.
But that's not the point. Wait, you say impossible?
It,
Hey, I'm
ignore,
into
okay,
it.
yes. But like you said earlier, there was definitely some signs, girl. There has to be.
It probably was. It probably was. But when we're into somebody and they're wooing us and they're saying all of the things that we want to hear and like to hear, and they're doing all of the things, girl, all of the
Hmm.
things,
The things.
things get real foggy. They get
That's why they love bomb you.
take it
They
from
love
me,
bomb you and keep you
girl.
distracted.
It's real foggy.
That
Amen
part.
to that. That's facts. That's facts. But it's when she started saying or referencing the why part, the why in when she's like, oh, why did God, or why, that's where it was kind of, um thanks. Oh girl, that's so cool, you put the comments up there.
Sorry. I
Thanks.
was like, there has to be a way to do this.
i
I just don't
I
know
still
it.
need to look.
I'll
I'm
figure
over
this
here.
out.
Look, this. Did you see my slow behind? Like, wait a minute, why am I
I'm like,
looking
there's got to
now?
be a way to
Why?
show this so we don't have to keep talking about it.
That part. But that's the part that kind of messed me up a little bit. Like everything else she was saying, I was like, girl, I get it, I understand, no judgment. But when she started saying, why did I have to be broken this way, yada 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 yada. Let's be really honest. That's where the accountability on her end really should come in. Yes, he should definitely take accountability. He was absolutely wrong, but at the end of the day, you have to take accountability because you were sleeping with this man that was not your husband. Now, mind you, you did not know he was somebody else's husband, but you knew he wasn't your husband. So, I feel bad for her. And I really I think the comments that really bothered me the most was the ones where they was like, send the baby to the Lord,
That.
send the baby back to the Lord. I was like,
Oh my God, you've got options. And let's be clear, no judgment. Y'all
what?
don't even know.
I mean,
They don't even know if she's in a state where she has options. So, women, ladies, stop with that shit. She may not even want to have that as an
yeah, I thought it was
option.
mean.
She may not even want to have that as an
I
option.
thought that was crazy.
That's. I
I thought it was
agree.
crazy.
Oh my God, that pissed me off. That was the part that I was like, y'all are so effing mean.
Are we gonna straight up? Are we gonna read some of the
I
comments,
mean,
or
we
are we gonna
can.
leave those alone
I
because it
mean,
was?
we can.
I mean, don't we usually live for the
We
comments
do, but
anyway?
these are
Even
so
though they may be like,
nasty. You want the comments? All right, we'll do the comments. But I gotta tell you,
I'm just saying, some of them,
it's not pretty. It is not pretty.
some of them were so disrespectful, but you couldn't help but be like, oh, that was
It
fire.
is not pretty. Oh, hang on. Oh my God. This right here, the D and Drea. Oh my gosh. I can't. I was like, oh Lord.
Period.
Um,
Period. And that goes on both sides, him and
um,
her. I agree 100%.
like,
That
sorry, I apologize. No, that's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
The Rhea, I'd be telling this story to the doctor at the clinic.
girl. I mean,
Mm.
wow,
Yeah,
girl. Some of the, I feel was it the women that you feel like were most
this
mean and judgmental,
100%. These are all women in the comments.
and then this one, I don't know if you saw, but this one uh content creator did a whole video, and I thought first of all, if you're gonna do a video and you're gonna do a reaction video, at least be clear and have your facts straight. And what pissed me off was this content creator kept saying, well, you knew he was married. Well, you knew he was married. Now he's going back to his wife. What do you expect? And I was like, no, you're not listening. The girl clearly said, I mean, I didn't mean to call her a girl, but the woman clearly said she did not know he was married until he told her after she told him she was pregnant. I
Yeah.
know, right? I mean, for no reason. Like,
I also
yo,
think that they were being so harsh because they probably lived that experience of being the wife or the girlfriend who has had found out suddenly that your man is with someone else. It's kind of hard not to bring that into you when you're commenting. The comments were so nasty that I feel like that was their place that they were coming from. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but I don't agree with it or approaching it from that way because she didn't know he was married and then she knew. And then by that point it was too
true.
late. So what now? So they're really coming at her, but like, where you ain't coming. I mean, hopefully the guy will come forward. I doubt he would because that's quite embarrassing because his wife's gonna know. Um, this is very true. They are very harsh.
Oh,
Absolutely.
ain't that the truth? Ain't that? Oh,
Um,
girl, if
so
I
I really feel like
sip on that,
that's the big part of this is that they're being judgmental because they've lived that experience, and we've all at some point lived that experience. I have been the wife, right? But I've
right,
also met married but separated. But I was dumb enough not to understand that separated don't mean what it mean. Now, while I may take the approach of, hey, married but separated means that that's that, we done, not all men are going to look at it that way. And this guy clearly
right.
didn't. Because there was certainly a change of circumstances. He didn't just up one day and say, oop, I'm getting back with my wife. Something changed. And I wouldn't be surprised. My spidey sense tells me that him and his wife, they're probably expecting, and that's why he's coming at her hard, like, yo, we can't do this.
You gotta get rid of
Yeah.
this one. You know, I've been the wife, right? I agree. That healing, I'm trying to tell you, that healing is crucial.
Yeah.
Facts. I have been the wife, right? But it didn't make me, because I know how easy it is when someone is saying the right things and they're doing all of the things. Maybe that's why I didn't judge as harshly, or maybe it's because I really listened to what she was saying. She was clearly saying, I did not know, and I'm already pregnant now. So what do I do at this point? And I felt like some people were really judgmental and really
Yeah.
mean. And I'm like, is it your husband? Dang.
Well, it could feel like it. If you, that's like, I'm sorry, projecting for Wavy, you said they're projecting their pain on her. That's exactly what we're seeing here,
Hmm.
which is completely unfair to her.
I agree.
here's a woman who is taking this opportunity to share her pain in front of however many TikTok users. Would I personally do that? Absolutely not. But she chose to. Her reasonings, not mine to judge. But they're taking it as an opportunity to beat her down verbally by this situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know why she put something like this on TikTok. And I'm not saying this judgmentally. I'm just saying I don't understand why.
We talked about that too, but it wasn't really about TikTok. It was about people, like it's a certain type of people that even do reality
Mm,
TV and are more susceptible and open to sharing certain things. There are certain things that I would share that you're like, hey, yeah, I wouldn't share that. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has their.
girl, that was good, Miss Wavy. Miss or sir, I'm sorry. I'm assuming ma'am, but that was good point.
So who gets
Between the
pregnant first?
girlfriend and the wife. I could promise you, there's no way they just suddenly upped up and said, okay, we back together. They were in
Girl,
communication and probably doing what married couples tend to do, separated or
do
not.
period.
She did. She absolutely did.
I
She did.
agree. I agree. Whether they deserved or not, she opened that door, and sometimes when you open the door, some people step right on in. Some people don't even step in. Some people just kick it in and just real disrespectful, like some of these comments. I'm just saying.
I would never. I mean, I don't know. I know it's easy to sit here and be judgmental when you're looking at it from the outside in, but I know personally I would never put something else like that on social media. I say that now.
I'm
It could
pretty
change.
sure, girl. You just never know what might happen tomorrow,
It
baby.
might be one of those moves, let it
Hey,
all hang out. Fuck it.
I got time. But I do not think she thought those were the comments she was gonna get. I don't think that's what she thought by any means. Now one content creator said something. I was like, she probably is right. She's hurt. She's probably feeling emotional. She probably is hoping that um he sees it because it's a strong possibility. Because what the content creator said, it's a strong possibility now that he's back with the wife and she's pregnant. She's blocked too, and I was like, I could see that. I
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so maybe that was her plan. Who knows what her plan was? If she wants to come on Out Now podcast and talk about it, we here.
Yes, we are. It's interesting. Things like this, it seems like he went and goes, you know what? Things have a way
Yeah,
of
probably.
coming out. And this is the one thing I can guarantee you. Like, while he may be walking around thinking that he got off lucky, it's going to come out at some point.
Uh, mm,
And I'm
period.
pretty sure while him and his wife might have been separated, married but separated, they're going to be divorced behind this one. Especially when she finds out that there's a baby on the way. Probably.
I
Friend of
agree.
a friend.
That's yeah. When this content creator said that, I was like, oh, I be having those moments all the time. Oh,
Same.
I can see that.
Same girl, same.
Oh, right.
But it's funny because I do think that there's always, like you said earlier, there's signs. We either ignore it because we are sold by the dream of the relationship. Actually, no, we're sold by the dream of that relationship. So we might ignore certain things or certain red flags because it's like, oh no, that's just my imagination. How many times have we said, oh no, that's just my imagination, that turned out to be some real shit? Yep.
It's
Yep.
true.
Absolutely.
Um,
Always clues.
we period, and we kind of question ourselves, right? Because I know I have been in situations where I was like, girl, right? Like, hey,
Dare I say it? Dare I
what?
say it? The
You know,
Tupperware.
we ain't
And if
got.
you, sir, are watching, yes.
We ain't gonna. We ain't gotta go
Okay,
that
fine.
rabbit hole. But my point is, my point is, like, there have been times where we've like really questioned ourselves, like, yo, is this past trauma? And that's kind of leads back to what 44 Wavy, am I saying that right? Said earlier, the
Hmm.
healing, right? Because if we haven't fully healed, right, we'll doubt ourselves and we'll be like, oh, well, you know what? Is this because this happened previously? Am I having a I don't want to say
That's
PTSD
it.
moment. Am I
That's accurate.
having
Hell
that's it,
yeah.
right? Oh, okay. So like so am I having a PTSD moment? Or is this like legit? So sometimes you need a friend that's gonna be like, girl, no, honey,
It ain't you.
it's not you. You gotta have the right friends. You gotta have the right people that you can call so they can really be like, girl, no, you ain't crazy. That's
and
legit. But make sure they ain't crazy with you. Make sure they
and
good to
even if
go.
there's
I know you're good to
mm,
go.
and even if there isn't signs, you can't tell me that your gut doesn't say something to you at some point. I can't tell you how many times that my gut was like, and I can comfortably speak to that. And that was a situation with me. I didn't,
Hey, baby.
girl,
I'm
I
sorry.
ain't know. But thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you, Miss Destiny. Do you want? Is it okay we call you Destiny, or can we say Wavy? Is that your government name? Do you want us talking about your government name up in here? um, but sometimes our gut will lead us to that path, whether we're seeing the clues or it'll open our eyes up to those clues. And I've been in a situation where I never would have thought, never in a million years would I have thought. And guess what? It sure was. I was getting cheated on, and I never would have anticipated, but I did.
Good for
So it's
her.
kind of like, oh wow,
Good for her.
oh
Good for
wow,
her. Y'all need to celebrate. Not only do y'all need to
congratulations.
celebrate,
Congratulations to your friend, Miss Destiny. It's a really hard thing to do. It's not an easy moment when you've been with someone for such a long period of time to build up the courage and not even strength, the courage, because we're strong as women, but it's hard to build up the courage. Oh, what am I saying? The strength to go. I was trying to
hmm
say courage. I got that backwards. You know
and
what I
she's gonna.
meant.
I got you. And then she's gonna need a lot of extra support.
Mm.
Okay. So so what do you do when you say my artist name? What do you do if you don't mind me asking? But when someone exits a relationship and they finally make the decision to exit that relationship, that's like the hardest part because usually they'll open that door again, or sometimes it'll be repetitive.
Mm. Hmm. What do you think was
I
the
know that's
what do
right.
you think was the turning point where she was like, okay, that's it, I'm done? Because there's a moment. There's always a moment where it
Right.
comes to you and you're just like, you know
Yeah.
what? Fuck this. There's a
I'm
moment.
finished. Yep.
And it's just, and you know it. It's like, bloop, done. Do you know what her moment was?
Yeah. Listen,
Oh, hey,
I make
listen.
music.
We have a
Okay.
you know her in real life, right? Because there's a way that some of the music that we use in the beginning, we might be able to help cross promo it on there. Yeah, yeah,
Collab.
maybe we can collab on that because we have a way of playing music as we start episodes or throughout the episode. Maybe we can uh, drop it in there. What kind of music is it?
Um, I, I went from just telling her how he was.
Mm,
Oh, I know that's
mm,
right. Girl,
mm.
that girl, I love it. That's a real friend, girl.
Aw, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. We really appreciate that.
yeah, we really do not have our own song,
We do
right?
not. We use whatever free music we can get through various
Whatever.
sources. Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Well, can we say we have season 4 will be coming in the fall-ish. Can we put something together and collaborate on it so we can have it ready sometime in the fall? Um, that would be amazing. That way we don't have to rush it. We can take our time with it. That would be amazing. Um,
It really was. And
sorry.
if she goes, if she looks, maybe if you go look at some of the other episodes or how um the intros to some of the other episodes, maybe it can give you a idea. Um, some creative inspiration or something.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely, Dustin. Thank you.
absolutely,
Um,
absolutely. That's a great idea. I'm with it.
if you wouldn't mind sharing, what were some of the things that you were seeing in him that made you realize that she was too good for him? If you don't mind my asking, if you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah. So so until Destiny comments on that question, um, on the outside looking in, what do you suggest for the young lady in the video?
I mean,
And thank you, Destiny, for the support.
it's tricky. I don't think that she should rush into any decision out of anger or hurt, because when you move out of anger or hurt, you're not moving logically, and that's when we're making decisions emotionally is where we really can fuck up, for no, I can't even, for lack of a better word. So if we take a moment, step back, it seems like that's kind of what she's doing to decide what she's going to do. No judgment, no matter which way she goes. She's entitled to feel how she's feeling.
Right.
He was a boy. You ain't
Right.
lying.
Right. Just because you're married and you can have a baby, don't mean that you are
Hmm.
adulting. I saw a video today, and I don't want to say the word because I know we're on YouTube, and I don't want, what I'm saying, to have any issues with the platform
I
on
mean, we
YouTube,
got
right?
issues with TikTok.
But
They won't let us be great, y'all.
put it on our tab.
There.
What is with I can't figure it out. Don't get me started on that.
Right.
Anyway, um, if I was going somewhere with the video that I saw, and it was saying that sometimes it can be female dogs in a male body.
Mm.
They in a male body, but they got that female dog spirit about them.
I've never heard that.
It was hilarious. I gotta tell you, it was
I've never heard that. He was a man child. That I can say. And the thing is, there's nothing, I get, like, when you're separated, things get a little, it becomes very, very gray. And, oh, okay, we're here for it.
okay.
But things
Period.
get very gray. Now I'm very, like, black and white. So for me, I'm like, it's either this or that. And there's no gray area, but life actually is very gray. And I think when you're in, separating from a marriage, things can get very dicey. I do know, like, when I was separating from my first marriage, I didn't even look, I couldn't even perceive looking at someone else until I knew we were done. If that makes sense, it was like, yeah, no, like, we're done. And even when we were done, it was always like, man, did I just waste the last X amount of years for it to end this way? So you kind of might go back and forth a little bit, like, maybe it's not, maybe go to, all the things where it gets a little bit gray. But I think for him, obviously he was conflicted, because if you weren't conflicted, you wouldn't be toggling back and forth between two women. But like, if you knew you were conflicted, he shouldn't be entering a relationship with anybody else, especially when you're still married and conflicted. There's no reason this
I
should
don't want.
happen.
I wonder if he was even conflicted. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I, he might not even been conflicted
He
about
wanted it both
what,
ways. I mean, I guess that's not really a conflict. I guess you're
girl.
right. I mean, it's possible. I just,
I mean, I could be wrong, but you know, I don't know. I feel like people can get real creative when they're trying to get what they want. Man, some, most. I don't want to put a blanket statement on there, right? But most guys will say whatever they feel they need to say to get them a piece.
okay, but you can wrap it up,
So
sir.
he 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 probably wasn't conflicted about anything.
So now you have this woman, and you're telling her that I want no parts of that, and you're basically going to contribute to a fatherless child, which I think that we have enough of that already. Like, here you are making it, doing the same, like doing this thing which is terrible for children. It, like when he made the decision to start fucking somebody, excuse me, without protection, you made that choice, whether if it was an intentional choice or not. You didn't use protection, and you even encouraged it. So for him to kind of backtrack and say, oh, now we can't do this, that's your fault, as much as it is her choice to decide to whatever, have unprotected sex. I hope that we don't get dinged for me saying that word. However, but he, like, come on, dude. Like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, I'm tapping out. It's too late. Don't be surprised if she tried to take you to child support, because as she should, because y'all were in this when you were in it.
Yeah,
And then suddenly you're not. You can't
period.
backtrack when it comes to shit
And
like
clearly
this.
he was in it.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I had a moment. I was like, clearly he was in it. Um,
And I was in my yes, he was.
I'm sorry.
Oh yes, he was. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had a moment when you said it. It just was like, um, something that Destiny said. I don't know if you saw the last comment about
Mm.
I love you more than I love myself. Listen, I love hard. I really do. Um, and I hate that for me. And I'm learning. I'm improving. But even with me being a person that loves hard, I have never loved anybody more than I love myself. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. And I've done some unhealthy
Mhm.
stuff. But sis, what about you? Do you ever feel like other than maybe my
That's what
kids,
I was gonna say.
maybe my
I have
kids.
I've been there.
And them older ones, sometimes I'll be looking at them like,
It's different when they get older.
you know,
Things change. They're feeling themselves, and we ain't feeling them feeling
I'm
themselves.
like,
Sorry. um,
sometimes they make me question. I love you as much as I love myself.
mm, yeah,
Okay, I like
and
that.
I
I
can
like that.
speak to feeling like you have to love someone else more than, or putting your needs, someone else's needs above yours, because I've been there. And
Yeah.
primarily when it comes to, and I'll say this, I just don't want to take it too far away from the topic at hand, but there was a period in my life where took a, I, I put some of the things that I was experiencing on the back burner, because I felt like I can't let this, how I'm feeling, this experience, I can't let that play out for my kids. So it was like a bunch of different things that kind of happened back to back. I was like, I can't let this impact the girls. I can't let this impact my son. Like, we got to move forward. And what I'm experiencing has to be in the back burner. But as parents, sometimes we have to do that. But I did it in such a
Hmm.
way that was an unhealthy way, where I started to experience like panic attacks, and it was all stemming from grief and loss. So like I know what that's like to feel like, hey, look, you're loving someone else more than you're loving yourself, because we can't do that either. Um, and I don't know if that's what it is. It seems like that would have been her not realizing it. She didn't realize it, but that's what she did. She loved him, or even the idea of him, or the idea of that
There
relationship
it is.
more than she loved herself. Because she would have made, in my humble opinion, she might have made a different choice in making sure, let's make sure that you are committed to me before we enter into parenthood. Because I don't think they knew each other well enough to, you know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
I agree. I
Absolutely.
agree. I think sometimes I feel like sometimes we can be hard on ourselves, and then all these other people with some of their harsh comments definitely don't make it any easier. I'm pretty sure she does feel like, yo, I messed up. This is quite a predicament. Like I messed up. Not only did I mess up for me, but I know me as a mother, sometimes I'm not even disappointed for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed because how is this now going to affect my kids, my child? Like, how is this going to affect them? Sometimes the hurt is not even about our own feelings,
Yeah.
you know. And that's kind of what I gathered from her, because she did say, my poor child, and it's true. It's true. It absolutely is, and it's really sad. And I really feel bad for her, like
Yeah.
genuinely. Like I feel bad, not coming from judgment, anything like that. Like I feel bad for her. It's a really messed up situation to be in, and whether she takes accountability or not, it's not even about her, and it's not even about this guy. It's really about this poor kid that now is in the middle. And all of these comments about sending the child to the Lord is
That's just awful.
crazy to
That's
me.
awful.
Like I'm not saying that I am for either or.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that's like kicking somebody when they're down.
Absolutely.
Like it's just ugly. And I just think some of the stuff that, although I can't even lie, I'm a comedian. Even in the most awful situations, I will find a way to laugh about situations. 'Cause even when I've been at my lowest, I found something to joke about. Um, but I was just like, yo, how are these people saying this? I don't
Yeah.
even know if it's
None of it
funny.
was funny.
It's like I was like, what
It was
the,
not funny.
oh my god, and I'm all for a joke, like I'm all for, like, all of that. But I'm like, yo, that's just
And
that's
it
just
was really
mean. This is
gross.
ugly.
Like I think, despite the circumstances, and
Absolutely.
God willing, like it won't end, because she was spotting and stuff like that, and all that possible topic stuff, and that's a lot. But despite the circumstances, like if she decides to kind of pursue it, like she has received one of the greatest blessings we could ever receive that we could ever bring into this world, and that would be her being a 41-year-old woman. You don't know when you're going to get another opportunity. Girl, you are blessed to be 41 and pregnant. When I say that, so I hope that she can really take this opportunity and do some soul searching before she makes any decisions. Yes, yes, because
Yeah, there was a part. Yeah, I agree. That's the part that bothered me. That's the part that I was talking about,
yeah,
Destiny. That part where she was like, why is this on me? And I'm like, hold up, wait. That's where the accountability thing kind of came in for me. Like, hold up, wait a minute now. You cannot say everything is on him. It takes two. It wasn't just him. I mean, he was definitely dishonest. And that was definitely probably a big factor in what happened. But you shouldn't have been laying with him. And then if you're laying with him, it's all fine and good. I mean, hey, we do what we do as adults. But let's wrap it up. Let's put taste on
Yeah.
toast.
And even if you didn't follow those things, I mean, let's put the judgment aside. Like it is what it is right now. And what's in the best interest of
It's
you
done.
and your health and then your child's health. Like you have to figure out how to make peace with it before this child comes into the world if that's the decision that she makes.
Yeah,
Um that's it right there. You know, as
absolutely.
a woman who struggled with parenthood and having a really hard time conceiving, I'm like, wow, girl, despite all this, you're very, very lucky. Huh? Are you recording? Yes, I am. I'm gonna scream. Please don't scream. There's my greatest gift. She really, I mean, she's 41 years old. You know, women would be very honored and feel honored to have that experience at her age because, you know, as women, 35, it kind of goes downhill after that. So she's, despite all this, this could be a great gift. Um, yeah, I agree with you, Destiny. Absolutely. Girl, yes. Get it together before the child comes in the world. Go to counseling, all the things.
Mm,
All the
true,
things.
period. Yeah, all of that part. And then maybe take a break from social media. Especially how wrong this went, how wrong this post went.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I would love to have her even come on the podcast and talk and speak her piece and tell her story. Um, whatever her allegations are as far as the father is concerned, I would. But it'll probably be real beneficial for her to take a break from social media, period. Um, especially, yeah. After this,
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Like, girl, put the phone down.
Yeah. You are 100%
And let
correct. Oh, yes. Yes,
right.
ma'am. Like, it's funny because we always, I can 100% relate to this fully, fully relate to this. But I also agree with you. Like, you want to stay off of social media because people are so mean. Like, I see she has posted a few things since that, but she hasn't really talked about this specifically. So maybe she's trying to keep it light and fun, which I think that should be the better direction anyway. Um, yes.
Yes. Yes, because her real friends would have told her, girl, don't put that on TikTok.
Okay.
Girl, you better do like I do. Girl, is it me? And then let them tell you it's you. Don't do
Well,
it. I agree. She needs some real
maybe
friends.
she's trying to get
She
TikTok
do.
paid. Fair.
Maybe, I mean, that'll be, you get them coins because you got that baby coming. I'm with it.
On the flip side of it is that, like, there's, I don't know, there's some other lady that I was following that she has a whole series, and I'm like, I think this whole storyline is fake as F, which is why I didn't even bring it to you. I was like, this is crap. She's so FOS. And she's just kind of dropping cliffhangers. And so sometimes it's hard to tell what's even real because, but she seemed so genuine in her emotion that this one felt very, very real, as opposed to some of the other
It is.
stories that end up not being true. Hi.
Yeah, like the lady that was talking about the oh, I can't hear
Sorry.
you.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's
Little
okay.
people.
And here I go. I'm all nosy. I'm looking like, is it
Yes, it
no.
was. But you know me, my
Oh,
hard
it
stance.
was? I couldn't see. I couldn't see. I was like,
Yeah,
is it
I always, because I don't
Ian?
always know who's coming, so I'll flip it now. Once we end the live, then
Okay.
I'll,
Um,
and then you guys can, y'all know. Yes,
chat.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. He got his phone today, so I kind of want to get a idea of the schedule so I can try to ship it. It's already good to go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that offline. Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, I'm with it. Okay,
Girl, I know, and even her family, like,
and private, yeah.
Even I don't know, maybe she probably didn't tell her family because she's like, I don't know if they'll
Right.
go and get it.
Well, they know
But
now.
do you know I saw so and so
I'm
and she's talking
pregnant.
about so and so and da, 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 da. I don't know. TikTok is a weird
Girl,
beast. TikTok is not a
she
really
finna
family
tell me
place.
first. Girl, I can see that. I didn't even know she was
Yeah.
pregnant.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
That's something that you heal with and deal with amongst your family and friends, not necessarily on. But yet, here it has given us something wonderful to talk about. Just saying.
Here we are. Thanks, girl.
Appreciate it. I don't know if it's a generational thing because I feel like, I don't know, I can't pinpoint, like maybe it's from the other generations that they're more apt to kind of talk about stuff like that on for the world to see. Oh,
Girl,
Lord.
yes. I'm sorry. Everybody looking at their husband like,
Right? Who's her circle of friends?
do you know? Do you know so
Mm-hmm.
and so?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's not even about the baby. It's not about what happened. It's about the messy. As soon as someone's here, they're gonna take it and run with it. Let's hope nobody really does know who she's talking about. But I'm pretty sure people are speculating right now
Oh, of
because
course.
she said that he darn near lived with her. So I know everybody's like,
I mean, it does feel a little bit like you have to do like a deep background check with somebody when you like from day one.
girl,
If you're talking about going on date three,
girl,
if you're talking about going on date three, I just feel like in this day and age, and it's this maybe even back then, maybe we could have benefited from the same thing. I feel like in this day and age, with the legions of the world and the engagement swindler, like you have got to run a deep background check on these guys, and I'm sure it's the reverse too, because women, y'all use the same thing. But you got to do a deep background check just to make sure that they're not married and hiding some wife and kids in the closet that you don't know about, because
girl,
that's not fun finding out later.
girl.
Mm, I hear that.
Well,
I hear that.
and we talked about that. That comment that Destiny just made. We did have a conversation, I think, when we were talking about the healing process, where we was kind of like, certain generations, they didn't discuss certain things. They kind of swept stuff under the rug.
Yeah.
Um, they kept all what stays in this house, what goes on in this house stays in this house, da 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 da, so forth and so on. But uh, for you to be able to heal,
When you say offender, do you mean like
girl,
what, like a SA offender, predator type thing, or like?
you see, girl, both of us was.
Let us clarify so I can figure out how to respond to that one. Ooh.
Hello. Come on now. Both of us was like this. I'm afraid. I'm almost afraid to.
Same. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh God, really?
Like SA.
What?
What? Well, you know what? I believe it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you why I believe that to be so true. I'm gonna tell you why. I believe that to be true because, and I don't want to go way off a track from the topic, right? But I do believe you because when I was dealing with a custody situation, and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, No matter what this person would do, no matter what this person would do, they were like, oh, well, he still has to have. Okay. So it was like, oh, they still have to have visitation. Wow. They
Wow.
still have to have visitation. Now, the difference is they wind up having to supervise visitation.
Hmm.
I guess I don't want to go too far off track, but I guess what I want to ask you is, um, are they really supposed to be registered? Like actual. Oh, here we go. Have they been found guilty? I think that's the. Is that what I'm looking for? Have they been
Yeah.
found guilty? I think that's the word
Convicted.
I'm looking for. Have they been
It
convicted
don't even
of
matter.
that?
I don't give a
Because
shit. Sorry.
hold on,
Yeah.
pause. Because that's where the legal parts comes in about their kids. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I don't really care. If you've ever been accused of it, you need to get your kids away from that person, period. That's my stance on it. Or if, wow. Wow, really? Yes, ma'am. If we can talk about it offline, yes. Yes. Yeah, we could have you as a special guest. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I wanna say thank you for wanting to share because a lot of times not only is that a part of healing when it comes to you as an individual, but your story and you being able to share your story and sharing um, your truth could help someone else. And just so that you know, um, a lot of times we will use the terminology allegedly, but it's for outside podcasts for our safety, not by any means because we're doubting you, but it's just our safety net.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And for that
I love
mother
you.
who's making the choice, I don't mean
Sorry.
this from a judgmental way, but you need to stop. Whether if this person, once the accusation is there, you can never take it back. If it's true, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Oh well, that's the end of a relationship. You'll find another. But to even consider putting your kids in harm despite the allegation, that's a lot. And it's risky for your children, not
Can
for
can
you.
I say something though?
Mm,
Can I say something, please?
sure.
Um,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm kind of a little effy when it comes to certain things, and I'm not saying in Destiny's situation at all, but oh boy used to send the police to my house all the time and send all kinds of people to my house, and all of it was false.
I'm talking about essay specifically.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
like, let me be very, very clear. I'm talking about essay because that's not
But what?
something you
But
want
what
to.
if he? What if he
I
would
don't
have said
care.
something like that?
Yeah, I don't really care. If I'm as a mother and I've got 3 kids, I'm not pulling them into a situation with someone else that's been accused of such a thing. I don't give a shit. That situation is very different from what I'm saying. Like if you as
But
a
what if
woman,
he? No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. What if he would have said that about me as one of his allegations? In addition, just because he was trying to win his case, because he said a
okay,
lot
I
of
get
crazy
that.
shit.
Yes, they do. But what I'm saying as a woman, if I knowingly, if that has ever, and if I know this, that has been brought to any, if there's been any type of allegation, me for my kids, I would never enter into a relationship or continue a relationship with
Okay,
someone who has been accused of it. So I get what you're
I
saying, but whether it's true or
sounds
not,
different.
because exactly, it's very, very different. Because whether if it's true or not, I'm okay with being wrong if it means that I protected my kids from a bad situation. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, that she's a
Well,
victim then. Okay.
So
It's just different. It's a different situation. She's a victim. Yep, that's different. Absolutely. I'm not saying that it's okay, but I would. I can. I. How do I say this? How do I say this without it coming across like she is a victim of her circumstances? So I don't think
yeah,
that she's thinking clearly.
clearly she's not. And this is what I want to say. Um, Destiny, you let us know.
Yeah.
You can message me. I don't know if you still. Let me see. I'll message you on FB. Oh, I got it down.
Girl, yes, ma'am.
Girl,
That's it right there.
I'll message you on FB. That's it. That's it. Thank you. That's the thing right there. Um,
Yeah.
I'll message you and we'll definitely do exclusive with you and thank you. And I know look, once we open up that door, we'll just keep going right on down. I swear we'll just
I know. The rabbit
it's like
hole.
down the rabbit how we go. But
Like,
like I was like, what?
yes. Can
Uh,
you we would definitely
yeah,
love to have you on. Let's plan it forward for maybe like another alive 2 weeks out roughly, or we could even have you as part of our actual season 4,
season.
so that way we can take our time with it and not feel rushed, because with the lives we. But if we did it for the season 4 episode, we could plan it forward and then take our time with it, where we can do your story justice and not feel rushed, even if we have to do it in a couple of parts. I think that might be a better way to tackle it. But we would love to have you as a guest and provide a safe space for you to share that experience. So maybe it can be of a help to other women or anyone else who is scared to step forward and speak this truth. Okay.
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 Okay. I appreciate it. And I try to keep some of my personal stuff, but I do know a similar situation. Yeah, it's that growing up in foster care, you see a lot of stuff, and so I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
We're with you. I would
Yeah.
like, yeah, we'll provide a safe space for that, and we'll take our time with it. We won't rush it. The lot doing it on live isn't really is we don't think that's the safest way to talk about a topic like this, because that way we can give you as much time as you need to talk through it, not feel rushed. Um,
Mm, amen.
yes, yes,
Amen.
absolutely.
Because it can lead to that self blaming can lead to some really um, unsafe and unwise
I
decision
th-
making, and sometimes we don't even realize it.
I think if you are okay with it, as we talk through it, I'm thinking that maybe we'll touch base with someone who's a professional to make sure that we're handling it the right way, and providing a fully safe space. I'm going to talk to Miss B about it, so we can make sure we are doing you a justice, safely. If you're okay with that, that's why I'd rather like forward plan it and take our time with it.
I'm
Um,
with it,
maybe we can
girl.
have
Even
her
though we
with us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll talk to her about it tonight. Um,
okay,
maybe she can
okay,
be like a guest on the background as we're going through it. Um,
okay.
we absolutely love our Sunday lives, and today we were very, very fortunate enough to. Oh yes. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Okay. Okay. I love
Okay,
that. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
we're so fortunate for Miss Destiny to have joined today's live. I think that sometimes when things are meant to happen, it's meant to happen. And for whatever reason, Miss Destiny, it was destiny. for you to see this today so we can get in contact and,
Mm.
plot a path forward where we can have this experience together. Um, oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Um, so, as with our regular podcast episodes, sometimes we can divert a little bit. That's just who we are. And if you started from the beginning, I just heard some thunder. Sorry, I was like, things can get a little
Girl.
dicey when it's raining hard in these country parts.
I thought about going to a storm. Look, the first thing I thought was this. I
Did
was like,
you heard it? Oh my god, that was thunder or lightning, whatever
I
comes
heard it.
first.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
I didn't pay attention to school. Which
okay,
one does?
which I don't know, but that's our cue for us to kind of start winding down. Because yes, I do live in these country areas, and when it rains, funny things happen. But Miss Destiny, we're really looking forward to it. So I'll task between Janine and you guys kind of getting together and having that initial conversation. Um, but thank you everyone who's joined us for this live. We almost didn't go live today, but here we are, and I do believe it was meant to be.
Amen. I do.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna share your number,
Thank you.
um, Destiny,
Yeah.
to make it a little easier, like maybe like a group chat.
Okay.
Um, okay.
Okay. Yeah,
All
that'd be
right.
amazing.
I feel
Mm.
like we got off topic. So
Say
again, sis,
that. Say that.
what is your take?
Mm.
Amen. Like some of the comments that this young lady got, I agree.
Absolutely.
Um, so sis, what do you think? Like, what is your final thoughts, or what is your takeaway? I don't know if I have a takeaway.
Um, Not a takeaway, but I think despite the circumstances, she's been given a gift that I hope that she's mentally, emotionally prepared to receive. Yeah, and I will leave it that. And then I hope that, her friends and her family and God can kind of walk her through what her next steps are in a very healthy way. So that way she's the best mom she can be, whether she's co-parenting or whether she's doing it alone. And ma'am, if you are seeing this, you can do it without that mother effer.
Period.
It is possible and you can do it. So I hope
Or
that she
maybe
sees that within herself.
or maybe she won't have to do it alone by herself. You know, um, let's hope that she'll have. I heard it that time, girl. I heard it. That thing was fine. I was like, oh, all right. All right. Well, tell me that you're serious without saying you're serious, okay? We got
Usually it's
it.
the dog. Usually it's the dog, but
Oh,
today it's Mother Nature.
okay. So, I hope, what I was gonna say is that, like, maybe she'll find a good support system. Maybe she'll find a spouse, a true spouse that is for her. Um, and but more importantly, I hope that she finds herself in her healing, um, for her and her child.
You did. We were literally just talking
And
about you. I was like, I'm
you
gonna talk to
did,
Miss B
I
about this.
did. Oh, dang, I wish she would have been there, Miss Barbara. But yeah, I hope she really does find healing for herself, and I wish her and her baby the absolute best. I see that she is having some struggles during her pregnancy, so I wish her a healthy pregnancy and a healthy child and healthy spirit.
Mm,
I'm gonna pray for her, keep
yeah.
her in prayers as I pray for myself, girl.
As we all could use them. And thank God as we go.
Girl,
um,
thank you,
Thank
Lord,
you
I'm
guys
not
for
where I was
joining.
yesterday.
We really
Indeed.
appreciate you guys joining us for this Sunday live. We took a little turn, but it was something that was supposed to happen. So we're grateful to Destiny for sharing her experience, and we really look forward to talking to you about that further offline. Barbara, thank you. We know how much you support us, and we love that you are one of our day ones. And
Period.
absolutely. And don't forget to check out Ours Now Presents This Is Us over on YouTube as we walk through history with inspiring speeches from women in history. But thank you for joining us for today. We appreciate you.
Y'all have a good night. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers again, all the single mothers that are doing both jobs. Happy Father's Day to you guys. And as always, time is something that you cannot get back. And the fact that you spent that time with us, we appreciate you so much and cannot tell you enough how much we appreciate you. Thank you so much, girl. You made this live. Oh, we love y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are definitely looking forward to making this thing happen, Destiny. I feel like this was really a meant to be. This was definitely a divine moment right here on live,
Agreed.
right? All right, y'all have a
Agreed.
good night.
100.
Miss Barbara.